Welcome everyone. Today, this is Brian again. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough slash, I guess, review, you could call it, of MarketsWorld. MarketsWorld is a broker that's been around 3 or 4 years. They are a little bit different than most of the other brokers out there, as they use a custom platform, so it's not spot, it's not tech financials or anything like that. It is a completely different broker. We're going to do a quick walkthrough of it. This shouldn't take too long, as MarketsWorld, compared to some other brokers, I guess you could say they're a little bit simplistic. So it won't take that long. We'll start off by how you add pairs, look at pairs. It has the simple, normal look of higher, lower, and then buy to place a trade. To add a pair, you just click on New Asset. For commodities, they only have gold. For forex, they have 8 pairs, which is AJ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8 pairs. Indices, none are currently available. If you add one on, what it does is it just places it right here along the top. Pretty simple. It does have these little built-in charts, but as I always say, screw those. You don't use them at all. You want to use MT4, Thinkorswim, an actual charting platform. It lets you switch your little time frames here, but I don't think I've ever really touched these other than this video right now. To place a trade with them, it's pretty simple. You pick higher, lower, and then buy. Expiry is here. Expires, you can see they have, let's see, it's 37, so this is 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, and then so on. Their expiries do work a little bit different. From the time you hit it, it doesn't start a countdown. It actually expires at this time. So it's not like some other brokers where if you pick a 5-minute expiry at, say, right now, 1:38, then it would expire at what? 39, 40, 40, 41, 42. It wouldn't. You can only pick these expiries. So if you want a 5-minute expiry, the closest you're going to be able to get would be, in this case, 13:45, which would be 1:45. It's 1:38 now, so that is actually more like a... Am I on the right thing? Yeah, I am. So 38 through 9:40, that's more like a 7-minute expiry. I actually prefer this kind of expiry. For me, it works on the type of trading I do. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty simple. One of the things you do need to watch out with, and I am gonna show it. Right now, 13:45 is here, 13:42, 13:40. So I'm gonna leave it on 13:45. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. Let's go down to the bottom so you can see what a trade looks like. Once a trade is opened, that's this section here. It's going to give you the time it was placed, asset, your strike price, up or down, and when it expires, which is 13:39, which is right now. So let's go ahead and watch it expire. The time is up here, right here. The time is at the upper right-hand corner. I don't know if you can see it or not. I chopped off this because I'm using someone else's account for the demo of this because I don't have a demo. My account's live, and I don't want his information or my information to get out. But okay, so here's what happens when a trade expires. This was AUD/NZD. We took a put on it. It expired. Our entry was 348. Expiry was 344. And it shows a little green arrow saying, and that's your payout. Now, one of the things that is different is, if you notice, the profit is changing. It was 76, now it's 77. They do have variable payouts. The payouts do not go lower than 70%, but they do vary in price up to that. The best I've been able to get, supposedly you can get 95. I've never seen that, but the best you can get on it is, for me, I've hit 86% once or twice. Normally I'm in 70 to 75% range, so that is something also that's different with the variable payouts. But again, it will not drop below 70%. Other than that, I can't. Okay, so see how I was at 13:45? It is now 13:50. 13:45 is gone. So just make sure, keep an eye out on your expiry there. Every now and then, as MarketsWorld makes changes, what will happen is that 13:45 expiry will stay, but then it rolls to here, then to here. So keep an eye out on that. Overall, what I can say about MarketsWorld is they are probably one of the most reliable brokers I have ever used. I have been using them now full time for 2.5 years. Withdrawals are typically done within 24 to 48 hours, and that's on a small withdrawal up to my largest withdrawal, which was a 5 figure. No delay at all. The one thing I can recommend is as you get into bigger withdrawals, you may want to slow down the withdrawal time by using a bank transfer. When I do larger withdrawals, I do them directly to my bank instead of to my credit card. What'll happen is if you do a large withdrawal to your credit card, the way MarketsWorld does it, it says refund. And if I process mine as refunds, my bank puts a flag on them. Then I have to send them a copy of all my trades. That's a US thing because then they say I'm doing money laundering. My bank account manager told me there's no money. What did he say? You're baking bread, but you don't own a bakery, or you have bread, but you don't own a bakery. Basically, that I was making money, but I couldn't show where it was coming from. So that is one thing to keep in consideration. If you do pretty good with them, you might want to consider having the money wired to your bank directly instead of back to your deposit method, just to avoid some issues with your bank. Overall, as a broker, though, every now and then you will see a little bit of price manipulations with them. But if I've been with them 2.5 years, it's nothing bad. They do go through cycles, and then people complain on the forums, and they usually end up fixing it. Their live chat is very responsive, although you do get a lot of times get canned answers. At least you're able to get someone to talk to immediately. Never once have I gone to live chat and someone hasn't been available. So overall, I mean, I'd give them probably like an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 as brokers go. They are very reliable, and the number one thing for me is I've never had an issue getting funds from them. Not once have I had an issue getting funds with them. So again, guys, if there's any other broker or anything you want to see, just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to do a walkthrough of them. Eventually, we are going to be doing walkthroughs of all the brokers on the website so that you have walkthroughs beforehand. Again, remember, MarketsWorld isn't as flashy as some of the other sites you see, but functionality's there. They are one of the most reliable brokers I've ever used, and their support, for the most part, is everything I've had issues with has been resolved in 24 hours. So you really can't beat that. So again, I'd definitely give them, I guess, what do you want to call it, a 2 thumbs up. I've been using them live for 2.5 years. No issues whatsoever. Alright guys, well, again, hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.